Hey guys, I'm back with another candle review, and this time around for the 14.5 ounce 3-wick Sunlit Glow candle from Bath & Body Works, part of the Summer 2025 collection. The notes on this read is Sunny Citrus, Beachside Coconut, and Warm Amber. And yeah, kind of redundant. It's very similar to other fragrances that we've had from them recently, but it is a type of fragrance that I do enjoy, so at least there's that. But I would have to say the throat is probably the lightest on this one from all the other ones I'm going to compare it to, so points off for that. So yeah, the notes on this are kind of misleading. Like if I read a citrus and coconut fragrance, like I would not imagine this. This is very much like that type of expensive resort sunscreen type of fragrance. It's quite perfumey, and there's heaps of a solar floral note in here. And solar florals usually reference florals that are like tropical and evoke a sunny quality to it, hence the name solar. And so it very much has a lot of that. And so that usually includes fragrances like orange blossom or neroli, often jasmine or even gardenia, and lastly plumeria as well. And so you get heaps of that heady tropical white floral in here that is most commonly associated with like those sunscreen type of fragrances. But this is more of that sort of perfumey elevated sunscreen rather than like the on the nose old fashioned gluey lotion sunscreen fragrance that we get from Suntan or the Perfect Summer from back in the day. And so you do get that solar floral quality in here. It's very strong. It's then mixed with just a hint of a sort of bright citrus, just to evoke more of that sort of sunny sunshine quality to it, that there is a little bit of citrus in there. And I feel like lastly, what you get is that sort of coconut amber, coconut musk note that just gives them more of that sort of like bronzed oil type of just warmth to the fragrance that you associate with a lot of like these type of resort sunscreen, suntan, tanning type of fragrances. There's just a hint of a coconut and amber in there, but it's not as strong as like a coconut. Like it's not a predominantly coconut fragrance as you would imagine from like Santorini Coast, or even Waikiki Beach Coconut or Tiki Beach. It's nowhere near as heavy on the coconut as those are, because this one's just much stronger on that floral note. And so yeah, that's pretty much what it smells like. I'm going to make a whole crap load of comparisons because this is quite redundant and very similar to other fragrances. I would say it is the closest to Gingham Glow. It's just immensely similar. You smell the two side by side. There's a hand soap of this, and it also smells very much like Gingham Glow. It's just like a slightly tweaked, diluted version of Gingham Glow is what this smells like. I would say Gingham Glow is actually a little bit more floral, and doesn't have quite as bit of the citrus and coconut that this one advertises, but still immensely similar fragrances. Orange Lily Blossom, which is also a citrus solar floral fragrance that is actually out right now. Orange Lily Blossom is also very similar to this. I would say that one's a little bit warmer and muskier than this one is, but they're still quite similar. I would say Bronze Sunset from years past is also similar, but that one's stronger on the coconut. And in the same vein as Bronze Sunset, there's Hibiscus Paradise and Cocoa Paradise, which are also both much stronger on a coconut note than this is. We also have fragrances like Sea Salt and Neroli. That one has more of a natural sort of nuzzly, salty, sort of aromatic textured quality to it, that's not quite as like on the nose perfumey body care as Sunlit Glow or Gingham Glow is, but still in a similar vein. And lastly, we also have fragrances like Fresh Lemon Waves, but that one's much stronger and sharper on a harsh, almost like lemon cleaner type of fragrance, whereas the citrus and Sunlit Glow is not as strong as Fresh Lemon Waves. And also because I did just slip Sunset Glow, this is not the Sunset Glow fragrance either, which is more of that sort of cherry gourmand body care fragrance that we've gotten before. And yeah, I think there's probably so many more other comparisons. I would say lastly, like Suntan and the Perfect Summer are more on the nose, classic, traditional sunscreen suntan lotion fragrance, whereas this one's a little bit more of that sort of upscale floral perfume quality to it. And yeah, oh my gosh, I feel like there's so many of these at this point now, which we didn't used to get these so much, so I'm still appreciative that they release stuff like this, but it's like, it just takes the slot of a solar floral fragrance in the realm of your Gingham Glow, Orange Lily Blossom, or Bronze Sunset, and it just tweaks it, and it's just another variation of it. And for that, it seems quite redundant, and the throw on is actually quite light, so it's probably not my favorite, so it's very much one and done. And speaking of throw, let's go into the performance. This is a third burn on it. It has the thick rope like wicks on it. Just make sure to trim so they don't soot too much, and it seems to be doing fine. As for the throw, it's very much in the light to medium, which is kind of surprising considering these like heavy, heady white florals usually project quite well. But this is like along the lines of Orange Lily Blossom, which Orange Lily Blossom was quite strong in the first burn, but then it got really diminished every burn after that, and I struggled to smell it. And so this one's more in that light to medium, like 3 to 4 range. It's like I can smell it when I enter the room, but as soon as I sit down, I go very nose blind to it. It's nowhere near as like all-consuming as Sea Salt and Neroli was. Fresh Lemon Waves is much stronger. I feel like Bronze Sunset is much stronger as well. Gingham Glow is just a very much a similar fragrance, but much stronger than this. That I feel like this is I guess the lightest version of this type of fragrance. And so if the other ones were too overwhelming or too strong for you and you want more of a background fragrance, then this exists. But for me, looking for a powerhouse fragrance, and when I have already experienced so many stronger alternatives to this fragrance, this one probably ranks the least for me. Overall, a redundant but beautiful fragrance, but because the throw is not very strong on it, and the fact that I still have Fresh Lemon Waves, Bronze Sunset, Gingham Glow, Sea Salt, and Neroli still in my collection, this is totally not necessary. I probably honestly wouldn't have even bought it if it wasn't for review purposes, but you know, it's still fun to try out new fragrances and see what all the differences are. Total one and done. So that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.